Good morning, my fellow Tottenham fans, and welcome back to the Irish Hotspur with your boys Dave and Jack, bringing you reactions to Tottenham fans' predictions ahead of a big game against Luton at the weekend. Jack, how are you keeping, my man?
Doing pretty well, Dave. Looking forward to seeing, of course, the return of the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. It's been a while. You know, this is what the international breaks do. We already do have to suffer because we don't have the midweek games this season. So we usually do already have to wait a bit, between the games. And the international break makes it even longer. Looking forward to seeing the beautiful football of Tottenham Hotspur. And he doesn't have the looks of Rob Edwards, but he does have the better looking football. So, yeah, which would you rather have, the better looking manager or the better looking football, Dave?
Oh, better looking football for sure, Jack. Better looking football for sure. But look, let's crack into it. Let's find out who's up first. And the first guest is Benji Boy from We Are Tottenham TV. So let's hear what he has to say.
What's going on, guys? Ben from We Are Tottenham TV. Thanks, Dave and Jack, for having me today to give my prediction for the big game against Luton this weekend. It's been a long old international break, buzzing to get Spurs back. This ain't going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, Luton are struggling at the moment, but they are a very hard team to break down. And you know Spurs' problems from time to time playing against low blocks, but we have to respond from that disastrous game at Fulham. It was literally, just shocking, absolutely shocking. And it's been a long 2 weeks trying to mull over that, probably for the players as well. So I want to see them come out fit and firing, going for their throats early on. And I think if we can get the early couple of goals, force them to come out a little bit, I think we can have a bit of a battering on our hands. But I'm going to play it safe and cautious and go 2-0 to Spurs. So imperative to get back to winning ways and go on a run from here. So come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Imperative to get back to winning ways. Absolutely right, Ben. And he's still mulling over that Fulham result. So like a lot of Spurs fans, Dave, he wants a big comeback performance. He wants, like he said, Spurs to go for Luton's throat. And if we grab the first couple of goals, it could be, a tough one for them to come back from because they would have to open up themselves. Probably invites us to score even more.
I think that's going to be the common trend. Everyone excited to get Tottenham back, but also want to see reaction off the back of that Fulham game. But, in the case of the early goals, Jack, for me, they have to come in the first half. We haven't scored in the first half of football in about 7-8 games now. You really want to put a team like Luton to the sword. You grab a couple in the first, you grab a couple in the second. It's that simple. So hopefully that happens this week, Jacko. That would be absolutely nice. But let's keep it moving. Let's go on to Shaun from Spurs Talk Show. Let's hear what he has to say.
Yes, guys, how you doing? Shaun Butler here from the Spurs Talk Show. This is my Luton Town prediction video. Listen, guys, I think that Tottenham have to right a lot of wrongs from the last game against Fulham. 2-week break, 2 weeks to think about it. Can't stay on the international break, but we're back. And look, we have to win this. We need 17 points from 10 games to get to the promised land of a top four. And Luton Town is a must win. And on paper, we should be able to do it with consummate ease. But you never know what sort of version of Tottenham you're going to see at this point in the season. Under Ange Ball, sometimes we turn up, sometimes we don't. I don't expect it to be a super easy game, even though with all the injuries that Luton Town have, I can't really see anything else other than a Tottenham win. But I do expect Tottenham to like I say, right a few wrongs, but play better football. I'm not just looking for a win on Saturday. I'm looking for a convincing victory that will send shockwaves through the top four race. Manchester United and Aston Villa, they're not far away. It's anyone's game. It's all to play for. But Tottenham need to do it. I'm going to say 3-0. And I'm going to say Sonny, Decky and Richie is going to get the third. He's going to come back into the team. And he's going to make some noise for the Tottenham. Come on, you Spurs.
3-0 enough, Dave, to send shockwaves to the rest of the Premier League in the top six against Luton Town?
I'd snap your hand off for a 3-0 right now, Jack. I'd go one better. I'd like to see a 4-0, to be brutally honest. But one thing you did say, it's, on paper it's 3 points. And if we want to get Champions League football and we're serious about it, there is no excuses to drop any points here. We should be beating the likes of Luton. So hopefully we can go out and do it convincingly, Jacko. But he did mention a Richarlison goal, Jack. I mean, that'd be great, right? The return of Richie.
Yeah, the return of Richie. Even on a different note, I just saw his very emotional video about opening him up about his whole career and the struggles he's had, mentally and everything, just gives me even more fire to go on a Richie run, gives me even more fire to want to see Richie score and bag some more goals for us this season. That's for sure. Big up to Shaun. Let's see if let's hope we get some shockwaves sent to the rest of the Premier League from a Spurs 3-0, or Dave said, yeah, even more 4-0 type of result. But moving on next, Dave, to Sonny, and I know you like his Adidas jumper here. It's looking so good. He probably could say Adidas in 3 different ways, but let's see what Sonny has to say. His hair's looking fine as well.
What's up, Dave and Jack? It's Sonny from Sonny Talk Spurs. You want my prediction for Tottenham versus Luton? What a long 2 weeks it's been since that Fulham result. But Luton are a different prospect. We're at home, but this could be Luton's big day out. Sounds really rude of me to say that, but it'll be an honour for them to come to a stadium like ours compared to Kenilworth Road. But you'd hope Andrews, rectified those early crosses, because their fullback Doherty, or Doughty, however you pronounce it, not really good on an Irish channel to mispronounce a name like that. But he'll be wanting to swing those early crosses in like Robinson was for Fulham. So if we can rectify that and go and basically be the team we know we can be, I back us to win about. I was going to go with 3-0, but I'm going to go with 2-0. I think we're going to have a convincing win, but nothing too, major. So I'll back the boys to get back to winning ways.
Come on, you Spurs. Nice one, Sonny. A 2-0 win, Dave. That probably allows the Luton Town fans to not feel too beat up on, and then they might stick around and enjoy some of the pleasures and some of the amenities of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah, look, it would, but at the end of the day, we don't want them to. As much as I actually wouldn't mind, I'm rooting for Luton to stay up, to be brutally honest. Bit of a soft spot for them. They've done well this year, defying all the odds. But at the end of the day, I'm a Tottenham fan first, and I absolutely love this club, and I want us to absolutely rout them. In fact, I wouldn't mind getting the game over inside 25 minutes, Jack, and sending them home early. But it also benefits us because we've got West Ham on Tuesday, so we need to try and get that game done over as quick as we can and get some players off and get them some rest. But great blow dry job on the hair by Sonny, absolute top quality. I mean, I'm not a hairdresser, but I would give that a 9 out of 10 if I was. Great job on the hair there by Sonny, and I can't confirm with the guy from Luton, it's Doughty. So I think you got the second one spot on there. But look, let's keep it moving. Let's get on to hear what our friend Lee has to say. And he is back from his cruise, not feeling the best, but let's see how he is.
Fresh and sunned.
Hi everyone, Lee the Dorset Spur here, back with a prediction for this weekend's match versus Luton Town. Well, after seeing us lose a game we expected to win and win a game we expected to maybe draw at best, it's anyone's guess what's going to happen, right? But let's be honest, this is Luton. They gave us a very good game at Kenilworth Road, and it was very, very tight, although we were a man down. So, given that, and given the quality of our squad against the quality of Luton, for me, I think we should be looking at winning this one 3-0. Up the Spurs.
3-0 says Lee. We're getting that as a common prediction here, Dave.
Yeah, I think people feel confident going into this weekend, which is good, and a lot of clean sheet predictions, which is good. They obviously don't think Luton will pose too much of a threat, and I do think that's based off Luton Town do have a good few injuries sort of coming in here, but I do wish Lee the very best of recovery, my man. Make sure you get better soon. What you described there, Jack, I thought was hilarious, winning a game everyone thought we'd lose, and then losing a game everyone thought we'd win. That sort of made me giggle. It's a bit Spursy.
I just think it'd be really funny if we actually just forced everybody in the beginning of the season just to predict all 38 Premier League games and then just play them, over the course of the season and see how far off they could be or how close they could be or whatever it would be. And Lee had to do a version of that, or at least a small version of that. But big up to Lee. And it's good to see that he's back home. Sorry he's not feeling the best, but I know he'll be back to his best feeling self very soon, and hopefully the Dorset crew are singing loud in the stadium as well. Big up to
he's looking like Cristiano Ronaldo with that tan on him. It's absolutely unbelievable. Big up, Lee. But guys, let's move on. Let's hear what Holly from IrishHotspur has to say.
Hello, yes, it's me, Holly from IrishHotspur, here to give my match preview for the game against Luton. Say the least, we need a bounce back. Obviously, as we all know, we were very annoyed and devastated at the result against Fulham. One that we should have gone out and win. This is another game where we need to go out there and win, especially with the fixtures coming up. Obviously, Daddy Longlegs, Mickey van der Ven scored the goal when we played in the away fixture, so I'm hoping for more of the same. Fingers crossed Mickey van der Ven is back. I don't know whether we want to risk him back, especially with the fixtures coming up, but we'll see what Ange decides with that. But it's a game we've got to win, a game at home. 3 points has to be on the card. Obviously, Luton are just out of the relegation zone now. But again, they're going to want to try and get as many points as they possibly can to make sure they don't slip back into it. And I don't think they're not a bad side, to say the least. But these are the games that we always say we have to win. And I don't want to feel too confident after Fulham. But hey, 3 points, please. I want to see Sonny on the score sheet, as well as Werner the Burner.
Werner the Burner.
And Daddy
Absolutely love
Longlegs.
that one.
She's cracking out the nicknames, Dave. She's better than us now.
Oh, she had top quality nicknames there, Jacko. Werner Burner, definitely going to rob that one. But in terms of Daddy Longlegs, a.k.a. VDV, Jack, would you risk him this weekend, or do you hold him back for West Ham?
No, I feel like it's a good opportunity once again for Dragoshin to get some more minutes, get some more confidence, and realize that the Premier League can be a tricky one, right? Maybe he felt like he really, was ready for the Premier League after that Villa, sort of stint where I thought he looked fine. He looked actually very comfortable. And then kind of, in the recent performance against Fulham, like a lot of players, he kind of had some iffy moments, but I wouldn't say he stuck out too much in a bad way or anything, but had maybe a bit of a reality check, I think, still in the Premier League. And Luton will be another moment for him to learn and develop. And it just makes a lot of sense for me. Don't risk Mickey.
I agree with that. For me, I think you give Dragusin the minutes here, and I think you make sure Van der Ven's completely ready to go against West Ham. You might see some other changes in that regard as well, on other players that might be held back for West Ham, because we owe them one. Let's not forget that. But great prediction, Holly, 3-0. I wouldn't mind seeing Sonny back on the score sheet either. That'd be good. Get him fit and firing and confident for this 10-game run. Let's go. But we do have a new guy in this week. Let's hear what he has to say. Mr. Box Office, Tottenham's PR machine. Let's hear what he has to say, Jacko.
Boy, Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV. Give me my prediction on the game against Luton on Saturday. And my prediction is a 3-0 victory. And for me, there's no excuses. No excuses. I don't want to hear the excuses, because we're going to have a full team. We're going to have Van der Ven, who I've told is the next second coming. And we've got Romero, who's a leader. We've got Richarlison, the below average Emil Heskey, like I said before. But as far as I'm concerned, even though the front three is useless and the midfield's not playing well, we should be beating Luton. And that's all I need to say, and that's it. And that's your courtesy of your man, your boy, the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, the ratings killer, Davy's nightmare, and Jack's guilty pleasure. And if you don't know, get to know.
He is a guilty pleasure. A lot of that was true. And thank you for the courtesy as well, Mr. Box Office. But I must say, Dave, you feel like he went with the 3-0 there, right? And a lot of other people have gone for the 3-0. So a tad bit of a PR prediction for me if he's gone with the 3-0 there, just because it wasn't any different from anybody else.
Oh, when he said 3-0 there, it took him a while to say victory. I was like, please don't say Luton, please don't say Luton. But look, it's good to see that big Mr. Box Office is confident, and if he's confident of a Spurs win, I think we should get over the line. But he is right. I do agree with him that there is no excuses for this. You don't drop points against Luton. If you're serious about qualifying for top four, you have to be beating the likes of Luton. No excuses whatsoever. My nightmare, definitely not my nightmare. I'm his nightmare, Alex. Make sure you come on and have a debate with me sometime about Tottenham Hotspur and stuff like that. That'd be absolutely brilliant. But good to see you. Thank you very much for the prediction.
Good man.
But Jack, he said he's your guilty pleasure.
Yeah, that's what I agreed with. I said, unfortunately, he once again speaks a lot of truth, maybe less so entertainment. Actually, this was once again, entertainment. And he spoke the truth, Dave, in that part. I am, as always, and plenty of people should be, a bit of a guilty pleasure for the box office, for the PR machine, for the ratings killer. Dave, as he said. I love that one. So hopefully we get a bit of a benefit from that ratings killing. And big up to Alex Davies, absolute legend.
Definitely not a ratings killer. But guys, if you don't know, get over to Mr. Box Office TV and check him out. Thank you, Alex. I needed that. That was brilliant. But look, let's keep it moving. Let's move on to the one and only Jose El Tel Cockerel from Talking Ball.
Morning, Dave and Jack, and everyone at the Irish Hotspur. A really early prediction this week for Tottenham versus Luton on Saturday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Yeah, international break has done us a wonder of good. It's been so boring for 2 weeks. Glad football's back. Right, about the game itself. I'm hoping, and this is hope, that we have all our players come back injury-free from international breaks. Those that didn't go to the internationals, I hope they've recovered at Tottenham Hotspur Way, and I also hope they've had some good training sessions. Not that we're going to get much in terms of training sessions with everybody back from international duty before Saturday's game, but I'm hoping that that's the case, and if that's the case, then Luton really good at home. I find them I think they've done really well at home, but on the road they've not been as impressive. Yes, they will low block us on Saturday, and I hope that we have been learning and that we do improve upon what we've done in the past against low block teams. I think we're steadily improving, but we need a lot more improvement. I don't see anything to scare us at all on Saturday. I think after the last performance, I think the boys owe us a performance. I think they owe it to us. I think they owe it to themselves. I think they owe it to the manager, and therefore I'm going to go out there and be way out there and say that Tottenham will win 4-0. I went for conservative last time, and I was going to go conservative this time, but I think they owe us, so I'm going to go for Tottenham to win 4-0. Thank you very much, guys. Keep supporting these two fine gents, and big up to everyone in the Irish Hotspur community.
Big up to Jose. 4-0. Well, I was really laughing at for a second, Dave. It sounded like he was about to say 3-0, and he said, I'm going to go really far out there. And I said, actually, that really wouldn't be going that far out there, because it seems to be the only prediction we're getting ahead of this game. But he's gone for 4-0, so he's gone one better.
Yeah, look, I was expecting 6-0. I heard when he said he was going out there, I was expecting to hear 6 or 7-0. I was starting to get worried for him. But 4-0, look, that's the scoreline I've had a feeling with all week as well. So big up, Jose. I agree with him. I don't think we have too much to fear of Luton going forward. We should be able to nip that in the butt. But the low block that he's talking about, that is our Achilles heel. Once again, we're going to be tested with it. It's up to us to go and unlock that door. So hopefully we can do that, Jose. Hopefully you're right. Hopefully we have the answers. And for me, it hinges on Maddison. If he doesn't do it, stop. I don't want to hear anyone in the comments after the game protecting him. Just call him out for what it is. He's the locksmith. That's what he's there to do. So deliver this weekend, James. But look, we'll keep it moving. I think we've got 1 or 2 predictions left, but we are on to Marlon. Jack, what way do you think this is going to go this week?
I'd be surprised if Marlon were to follow suit with everybody else. Usually he has something cooked up that's a little different. So let's see what this man has to say. Come on, Marlon.
Let's go, Marlon.
Hello, Dave and Jack. It's Marlon from Spurs Kings TV. Hope you are both well, and it's been a while. Football is back. I'm not sure if I want it to be back, but we're back. So here's my prediction for Luton. I think it's going to be a ding-dong of a game. I actually do think this. I think it's going to be, we can't defend. Luton love playing well in the first half an hour or so. They did shut us down. This might be Basuma's homecoming, after, the last game against Luton. But, you know what? I'm going for a Spurs win. I shouldn't after the Fulham game, but I'm going for a Spurs win. But I'm going for 4-3, people. 4-3, you heard it. I think it's going to be like 1-0 to Luton, then 3-1 to Spurs, and then probably 3-2 if we go 4-2 up, and Luton probably try and drag it back in the last 10 minutes. I think it's going to be one of them type of games. It's going to be so open on both sides. Luton needs to go for it, and we're quite vulnerable as it is. So it'll be very, very interesting. But yeah, I think it's going to be 4-3 Spurs. I don't see it going any other way. I just think we'll have too much for Luton. But as they say, come on, you Spurs.
Big up to Marlon. Big up to Spurs Kings TV. 4-3 is how I would describe Luton Town this season, actually, Marlon. I think you're dead on with that prediction, just with them in general, because I've been a big fan of them, but it has felt like, they've won every game 4-3 in my mind, but I've actually realized that the reason they're at the bottom of the table is because they've actually lost every game, 4-3. And they're that sort of weird team where they provide you entertainment, right? They make games interesting. They make games close. It feels like they don't really get kind of blown away that often, despite our 3-0, 4-0 predictions. I can't really remember that many times where they've actually been on the end of that compared to some other teams at the bottom of the table. And they do provide basketball games, Dave. They don't even, they turn it into a different game entirely. It's Ange ball, then it turns into basketball, really. So it could be a really exciting one. I wouldn't rule it out, a 4-3. I really wouldn't.
No, look, one of the recent ones that come to mind, I think, was them and Aston Villa, right? You know, it was an absolute basketball game. It was back and forth. They were, as I think Villa were 2-0 up, Luton pulled it back and that. So, you know, they are capable of it. However, as proven against Aston Villa, we are better defensively than them, and we are better than them. So based on that, I would like to think we'd be able to keep them out the other end, to be brutally honest with you, Jack. If it becomes 4-3 against Luton, we've got more problems in the back line than what anyone ever suggested. We should not be conceding 3 goals to Luton. Marlon, on this occasion, I hope you're completely wrong.
Well, I think we've said that to him a few times this season. So, Marlon, we do really hope that you're completely wrong in this case. Big up to you. Big up to Spurs Kings TV. Absolute lovely channel. Lovely people over there. But we're going over to this lovely man, the Dermatron. He's going to end it off. Let's see what he has to say.
Hi, this is Dermot, aka Dermatron from thfc Till I Die, home of Tottenham, past, present, and exciting future under Ange Postecoglou. This is my match day prediction of Tottenham Hotspur versus Luton Town on Saturday, 3 o'clock at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Look, we need a lift. We didn't end going into the international break on really good form or a good way, really. But we have a chance now to put it right, and put it right in the right way, and really put Luton to the sword, which should be a win for us. We should beat Luton. We should be beating teams like this 3 or 4-0, battering them. We're at home. We've got no excuses. But I think we will. And I think we will put on a performance that will amend the performance we did before the international break. And I think we'll win 5-0. I just think we're going to batter Luton on Saturday. And Ange and the players will have to make a point that we're back, 4th place is ours, and we're going for it. So, look, I'm looking for a good game, and an expansive game, and an attacking game for Ange. 5-0 Tottenham all the way. Come on, you Spurs, and Big Ange we trust.
So fitting that Dermatron goes for a similar score prediction in like the nature of how he describes the game to everybody else, but he also has to one up everybody else with his score prediction, and he's gone for the 5-0. Jose thought, Dave, that he had gone really far out there. Dermatron, he knows what it's like to go really far out there. He does it on a regular basis, and I will also add, looks a little sunnier in Wexford than it does in Kildare. Looks lovely.
Yeah, I don't know why you're sitting there with that hoodie on. The sun's beating through the windows there, Jacko. But I think Dermot's been on the Sherberts this week. It's weird because he started off like it was a bit doom and gloom, but then he comes out of nowhere with the 5-0. It's absolutely madness, but this is why we absolutely love him. But you know what? I wouldn't write it off, Jack. It's one of them weekends. It could very well happen if everyone comes back with the right amount of hunger to put things right from Fulham. So on this occasion, I'm actually not going to call him delusional.
Oh, wow. I mean, Dermatron wouldn't like that. That's his normal setting, so you'd be saying he's probably a little bit off it. But Dermatron looking good, and I'm not surprised at all from that 5-0 prediction. The way you described it, it was just a very fitting, very typical Tron prediction, and that means hopefully we get a good result out of it. But big up to him, big up to THFC Till I Die. Get them up to their next milestone, I believe, 2,000. And everybody, I think that's the last prediction there. So, Dave, any final words from yourself?
Yeah, can we get it trending in the comments? Hashtag no Sherbert for Dermo, please. That'd be absolutely brilliant. Just want to see a long list of that in the comment section. But guys, make sure you get over, check out every single channel, smash the subscribe button on their channel, check out some of their content. They're all great people and also great value and entertainment as well. As you can see, every single Friday delivering them videos, so get over there and show them the love. Also, give us your score prediction and your thoughts ahead of the big game against Luton at the weekend. That's it from myself and Jacko. We'll see you back here tomorrow. As always, come on you Spurs.
Come on you Spurs.
In the mighty Ange we trust. We never stop.